we're going to fix or try to do something with this part of the door. Nap has already been in and did a test pilot on the hood so I can get a paint color. But as I go around this car, and the reason I'm on this car and not the Volvo is because there's been a lot of comments, a lot of interest, a lot of whatever. And I don't blame you because it is a 1934 Cabriolet and it's all there. Like all the screws are in the garnish moldings, it's all there. The rumble seat, the interior, the engine. As I get looking at it, like, I'm not sure. I like all the patina on the car. Let's face it, to me, as a body man, I want to scrape that all off. Strip it, take it all off, fill it, prime it, paint it, put it back on. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. Jolene's been talking to me, we kind of been discussing. We do not want to take any more patina off it than it has. I'm going to try to fill these places. You can see that the paint is quite thick. On the edge, it's quite thick. Basically, I'm going to try to fill that area and then try to repaint that area with the gun, I'm thinking. There's a place like that there, I'll probably just leave it. You know what I mean? It's blistered there. I did run the air gun off it, see what was going to blow off, but I'm just going to strip that area. It's like the paint's coming up there, but I'm just going to try to fix this area. I don't feel like I'm going to do anything other than fix that area and see how it goes. I'll just put a little paint on. Even if I put paint on with a brush, would look probably a little bit better than that, I'm thinking. Tina, if Jolene wants to help me, I'm just going to put a plastic covering over this bad boy, just so the dirt and all that stuff, we just got it cleaned up a little bit, halfway. And what we'll do is we'll open the door, we'll let the plastic go inside, and then I can scrape this off a little bit and do whatever I have to do. Thanks for coming back, everybody. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Now we're just going to do a little thing here. There's been a lot of interest on this car, on the computer, and emails, messages, and that sort of stuff. There's a lot of people want to know if they can buy it. There's a lot of people don't want me to ruin it. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't feel like I'm going to be doing anything to it that's going to hurt it, to try to fix a couple spots, to get the paint somewhat back on it. I don't think I'm going to hurt it in that way. Just going to take my time with the car. All right, you go to the front, Jolene. Go to the front, baby. Do-si-do, and away she goes. We're just going to pull this out, just a plastic covering, and we're going to try to get it on the car the best we can. I don't know. Let's do that. That's fantastic. Thank you. My lovely assistant. Did you get a mic on? Huh. No talking to Chad today? No talking to Chad today. She got work to do. She's busy. She's busy. Now, I'm just going to open that door. My head's not really focused on this right at the present moment, but we're going to do it anyways. I'm just going to shut that. I'll just leave that like that. Just want to keep the dust off it the best I can. That doesn't look bad. Now, to be honest with you, generally, I'm going to put some tape on that window, and the reason being I'll put some tape on the window. If I mess with anything, then I hit the tape first. Got to get my glasses. You have to bear with me. I haven't done this part of the job for a while, and it's filling, I guess. We're going to do a little filling, and I want to do the least amount that I can to put some paint on the door. And it's a nice part about this one is I don't have to worry about what the paint looks like, in all honesty, because it's cracking in all the other places. I just want to maybe get some paint back on it. And I might even do the same process that they did. Well, I'm not saying same process, but I'm going to clean it, fill it, use the red oxide primer, and then go from there. They got red oxide primer on this now. I've got a wheel here with a this is what I say is generally the best thing to strip a car with is one of those, the black stripper wheels like that. You can get them doubles like that, and you can get them singles, and you can get them in the big barrel like this. And this one here I'm using to clean the metal before I put it on. Let's put that over there. Let's strip this a little bit and see what we get going on here. Now, when you look at that, you really like, ooh, that's bad, you know? But as you see, I just touched that. That's what I knew what was gonna happen. Like it's basically just a skim of rust. I guess the object of this game is not to get carried away. Don't get carried away. Let's just fix that small stuff and leave all the patina that we can. Let's not get carried away. But in all honesty, I like to strip the whole door and go for it, make it a lot easier, to be honest with you, but I'm going to try to leave it, see what happens, see if I can fix it. People don't, as I talk, I should be working, but people don't realize a lot of these cars, generally if you get something going on here, you have to fill that whole thing out to make all of them nice and to make all the body lines nice. Generally it takes quite a bit if you have any rippling or dents at all. I see this must be where it was dented up right here, but on one of these cars it don't take very much work to end up filling all this stuff out. You know, one dent down here makes you have to fill the whole thing out. Right straight across there, looks like there possibly was a dent at one time. Get a little wrinkle there, not bad, but I'm just saying that would cause a lot of work to fix just a little tiny bit of damage. I could just keep stripping and stripping and stripping, but that's not naming the game. That's not naming the game. Let's try to fix some areas like that. And I'm scared, what I'm nervous of, I'm not say scared, nervous, whatever. Generally you put tape around all that sort of stuff and then you know, peel it off after you do it. Well, what I'm nervous of is the tape pulling the paint off. That's what I'm nervous of. So let's try that game. And at any point in time, it could call the paint off, no problem at all. It's funny, you know, there's a lot of comments on the internet, I ruin cars. There's no car that comes in this shop that was not in turmoil that I have not changed it around, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's kind of odd. The Volvo, I ruined it. Well, did you remember when it was in the basement? It was too funny, makes me laugh. Alrighty, we got this to go on here, makes me laugh. Just looking at that for a second. I'm gonna put some tape on it, I guess. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna have to protect the paint, or I want to protect the paint. Let's do it. I'm just gonna put it around right to where it's ground off, right to the paint. There'll be no long block file on this. This will just be all handwork. Just trying to, I guess this would be something that you could do at home as easy as what I'm doing. Grab some of your dollar store tape, grab yourself a stripper wheel, knock off this place that you don't like in your car, and then start putting some tape on it. So, yeah. So you don't affect the areas around what's going on. Stop it. That way there, you're trying to go with the least amount of work as possible. We're just trying to focus right there. That's basically what we're trying to do. That's what we're going to do. Get off me hands. I have my lovely Jolene in the shop with me today, which is fantastic. She's in the shop with me every day. Jolene could do this to her car, couldn't you, Jolene? Mm-hmm. Yep, she could. No doubt in my mind. Just taping up around where it's been hit with a grinder or getting it close, that's all. Not trying to make it all in one piece and make it complicated, just rip it off. Rip it off. Like Taylor says, shake it off, shake it off. All right. Now I didn't even go in there and start stripping in there. I'm not interested in going too far, to be honest with you. There's a lot of other places that are still like that. We're just gonna, I keep talking myself into it just a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. But let's use the Volvo as a mixing table. Let's do that. So you have a little spot in your car, basically taking the exact same steps, just gonna clean that off, got all the rust off it, clean it up nice. I'm gonna use for the first time, I haven't bought a can of this for so long. Now that I got it, I'll use it, no doubt in my mind. Now that I got it, I'll use it, but I generally do not use it. But I feel like the places I'm fixing here, if I use a body filler, then I get pinholes in it, then I soak a bunch of primer on it and then I do the pinhole stuff after. This is just a little area, contained area. I'm hoping that I can fill it with that 2-part putty and just be over with it. No pinholes, no nothing, red oxide primer it and paint it just like they did. That's what I'm hoping. I could be wrong. And if I am, I'll be the first to admit it. And you know why? Makes you a bigger man. Right, does it not? Makes you a better man, bigger man, better man, same thing, to admit your mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. That's how I learn. If it wasn't for making mistakes, I'd only know half of what I know. And I know one thing right at the present moment, I haven't got enough filler on there, I don't think. When I put this on there, I'm going to try to get all on as I can, like as much as I can, and put it in the area that it needs it the most. When I come over here, you can see where it needs it the most. It's right in the middle, where it's bent there and it's bent there. So I'm going to come in here and put some on there, and then I'll come in and try to put some more on after, but I'll put the first amount right in the middle where the dent is. Because wherever you drag your plastic spatula is where the filler generally ends up going. So if I drag it this way, you're pulling it all this way, obviously. Sometimes you get it, and sometimes you don't. New piece of cardboard from Jolene. Cut that for me. Trying not to flop it and not cause any air bubbles. Oh, Jimbo got me there. Jim got his roof done. What a fantastic job he did. What a bunch of work. Good man, Jimbo. Good man. Good job. Good job. Stick this on there. Now, I gotta have more on there. Don't get splashing it around, Chad. You get splashing stuff around, stick it on something, and then what happens is you got to try to dig it off. You got to try to dig it off. And sometimes that's hard. Because this stuff wants to stick. Basically, I'm just going to fill that fold just like that. Why wouldn't I? And then I make my shape after. I sand it. Get off the paint. That doesn't look bad. Not bad at all. The reason I'm pushing it on there is I want to stick on the metal. I'm not worried about laying it out nice. I'm worried about having enough on. Because you know if I don't have enough on, you know what happens? I gotta make more, and I'm gonna end up making more. Man, I put a lot harder than that. Well, I guess you don't put that much harder than that stuff. Get out of it. Just hard, just like that. Whew, it's been a while. That's fine, that's fine. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna get back into it again and get some more on it. Right quick like, that way there. Excuse me, sweetheart. That way there, I can fill what I got going on. You can see I'm empty. I need more here, I need more there, and I need more there. Let's get some made up real quick. Didn't need that much hardener. Just a little more. I need more. Get it off the... Get myself in trouble here, getting all of the cars. And it's warm in here, isn't it? It's warm in here, wow. I'm sweating. But it's good though, it's drying quick. You know what that means, Jolene? What's that mean?
Not sure.
I can sand it quick. Right? Yeah? That's what that means. You sand it quick. Trying to fill that area. Doesn't matter what it looks like. As long as I get the stuff on it. Don't do that, Jetty. I need more of that. Pull some of that back. This is just like when I put weld on heavy. I'm just putting it on there so I can sand it off nice and putting lots on so I can sand it off nice. I'm not worried about what it looks like right at the present moment. I just want enough to cover that area. That's all I want. That's all anybody would want, but just make sure I got enough on here. Now, I'm hoping we're going to get that shape out of that. Hoping. And what I'm hoping for is no pinholes. That's what I'm hoping for. And we'll sand it very quickly because it's drying very quickly. I got lots of hardener in it. It's nice and warm. I don't feel like I've hurt the car yet. Did I? I don't think so. Hoping not. Yeah. Feels like, as I rub my hands over that, to me, it feels like it needs more on there, right here already. Just as I rub my hand up, to me, it's not ready for sanding yet, but And the reason I say it's not ready for sanding yet is because it feels like it needs more. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take a piece of 80 grit and try to stay within the boundaries and make that. Shape it a little bit anyways. Take it down to the shape where I think it's going okay. I probably got a piece of 80 grit in here that's good enough for it. Grab a couple things. It's been a while since I've done any body work. I see a lot coming in the Volvo. Got a lot coming in the Volvo there. Just gonna take this for a second. Now, I guess the magic of the game is, how do I want to do this? I want to do this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Do I have a piece of sandpaper on that? Ooh, I do. That would work. Sometimes doing small stuff like that, to get it in order to get something going straight, I like to do it by hand. And I'll do it with this bad boy, maybe, if I can get it off. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. Let's try to make some lines in that. Let's do it. Yeah, this is just like anything else. Hold it flat, hold it straight. It's not sort of making a little bit of a black mess there, but it'll wear off after a while. I don't want to take it down past the end. I just want to go back and forth and leave some for some sandpaper. If you didn't hear me say it, I feel like that there needs more in it before anything, so that's where I'm at right there. Step down here a little bit. Basically, I'm just trying to make the thickness of the paint and fill that little dent thing that's going on in a short amount of time, in a short surface. Generally, you would stretch that out quite a ways, I think. I would. I'm giving her the Body Man Special is what I'm giving her. The Body Man Special. How quick can you fix that? Get it painted and get it back at the door. Whew. That stuff don't mind dusting up real quick, does it? Just trying to get the basic shape with an angle grinder with a worn out pad. That's all I'm doing. Which is a lot faster than sandpaper. And I'm not willing to use a block because the block is going to rip other stuff around it, you know? It's not that type of repair. Is it, baby? This type of repairs make it look the best you can for the least amount. because to me this thing looks fantastic right now. Let's get this off. Take one more off here. Another thing too, keeping the car clean while you're doing something like this is a big deal. You start doing something like this and not get it wrapped up and keep it clean, you're in for a lot of work to clean it up after also. How do I know? Ask me. Let's go for this. Just trying to run it to that tape. All right, let's blow it off, see what we got. Blow it off, see what we got. Keeping it contained, keeping it right there. Now, let's take a little bit off with some hand paper. Let's shape it with some hand paper. You can feel it with your hand, what it feels like. Just want to take the top of it off. This is good practice for anybody, man. I haven't done any body work for quite a while. This is where it's at. Where it's at. Just trying to get the lines halfway right. You can see where the, where it's low. There she be. And it probably will be still a little bit high when we pull the tape off. And then that way when we pull the tape off, then we'll be able to feather what we got going on. And what I'm thinking, feather it. And what I mean by feather it, that's what I'm gonna do. Grab a new piece. Don't be so hard on yourself, Chad. Grab a new piece of paper. Sometimes you don't do that because the stuff is expensive. But what's more expensive? You sawing away on a cheap piece of paper, or you sawing away, using your time up, or using a good piece of paper and getting it done? There's a question to ask. Getting it done, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna, see, I'm too long. I don't want it. I want to use it though. I'm going to hold this end up off the paint so I can try to get this line. And I'm going to sand it until the tape says something to me. And what it says is that you're hitting me. Because I'm hitting over here. I'll sand this off. Trying not to hit the paint. And that's, I guess, basically why a person would want to rip it off. And that way there, you didn't have to worry about hitting nothing. You just go about it. An easier fix maybe sometimes, just to strip it down. But This little spot stuff sometimes where it's at. Just trying to make the door look a little bit better. Give it some bad Chad patina. Yeah, I think we might be able to get that. Tape is a good boundary for sandpaper. Like I'm not hitting the paint beyond it, right? So. Let's go here. Yeah. Let's feel this bad boy over. Get a little more off it. Down here. I'm sanding with an 80 grit, and the reason I'm sanding it with an 80 grit is that because that's what I use generally. I've never used a bunch of this putty before, so. Just like body fill, so finer. I can do it. Don't scratch in the paint. Want to get it off that tape though. Feeling good. Feeling good. Not as good as you though, Jim. Now you can see him hitting back here. Get that blob off in there. I get a better read on my line. Now we're getting close. And like something I'm doing right here, right at the present moment, I didn't do anything that you couldn't do. I took a stripper wheel, cleaned the rust off it, kept it contained, taped it around the outside edges where I wanted to fix. Got myself some polyester putty, which is basically body fill, but it's not going to pinhole on me so much. So I'm able to just, prime it, sand it, and paint it. I'm not going to even get into the high test primer. I'm just going to go with the red oxide primer, exactly what it had before. And we'll throw a little paint over top of that. And that way there, we're doing the exact same process that they did. And we're staying there with everything that's on it because the car is absolutely gorgeous the way it is. Just trying to repair this little tiny bit. There's other stuff that maybe would want attention on it also, but let's face it. It might get it and it might not. The offers keep coming in. It might have a new home. Who knows? I'd ruin it. What Ron say? Once you buy it, it's yours. Once you buy it, it's yours. Let's blow that off, get a little more, stop talking, get some more stuff on her. We're not too dirty yet. We get a little bit of going on down here. Jolene, if it turns out good, I'm going to thank you one more time again. Because, basically I want to strip the door off. I can't do that little bit. I got to strip the door off. Well, yes, I can. I can do that little bit. We'll just go with that. And I think it's going quite well at the present moment. It's going well. That's what I'm going to say. It's going well. Get some other stuff rolling. Got to take a look and see how much I need. You can see over there what I need, and all of that will go in them places first. I think that's enough of that. That stuff went hard quick. Jolene gives me the big eyebrow look. Yes. do this. This one you go fill first. Now this one I'm going to try to get on half decent, but let's face it, these little curves are not the easiest thing to fill out if you've ever done them before. These little bad boys will get you. Take your time. Fill one of these little Model A's or two, whatever. Just one of these with these lots of body actions. This stuff will get you these ones because you generally have to fill it all out. What I mean by fill it all out is put a skim on the whole thing to make it look good. Get going, Jed. Get going. Get in them spots there. That's a good one. I like that one. And you know what? If this bodywork's not perfect, the car isn't either. Right? You know, I'm trying to tell you. I have to think about it that way too, because there is a point where you get messing with something and you just get messing with it too long. It's not necessary. Look at the rest of it. You know? A little common sense in the job also, I guess. Not necessary. Just trying to get the paint back on it. Now, you want that? A little more patina. That's fine. All right, we'll leave that like that. And then I sand it off. This time that top of that door should be done. I'll pull the tape off, and then we'll open the door. And then you know what goes on from there. I take Italy. I fix Italy. That looks like a boot, doesn't it? Does it look like a boot? And then we'll just scrape it down there. We'll do the exact same thing. And basically it's going to come the same shininess as the top of the door did. And I'll bet you when whoever restored this car, or whoever did this car, I'm sure that they probably did the exact same thing. It had to clean and did all that stuff. It just failed. Watch this. We'll go to the roughest spot right there in the center. Enough of that. Basically same thing. So you can picture the whole car stripped down. That thing would look amazing. Amazing. Just take this off and change it. Go the other way. You know what? I want just a piece of hand paper is what I want. I think I can do it by hand. just as well as I can the block. Something like this, you can't do it with a DA, or if you have the door off and you're stripping the whole thing, yeah, sure, you can do it with the block or the whatever, but it's such a small area, I'm just going to try to do it by hand. If it's as high as the tape is, like it's sanding off right now, there's nothing in it, and the tape is still there and there's still stuff on top of the tape, that makes me feel good about the situation, because that means I still have the thickness of that tape of filler. I've got to sand down on the edge of that paint. That's good. Let's get this up here. Hoping I got it. It's in the round part of the door. So generally, that's a good thing. Just trying to watch this shape, how it turns here in this shape, and then trying to get the exact same thing. A lot of flatness and a real hard turn. Getting a little spot there, see if I can get it. The only way I can get it is if I can take more off at the front here, so I can sand it down. Because if I start digging in the center, well, then I'm just going to have a hole dug in the center of it. I get a little bit up here on the tape still. I might get it. You know what I mean? I got still stock material on top of that tape, so I still know I have material to sand. Over here, I'm hitting, so I should probably stay away from that area and get over here and take some of that and hope to get that sort of stuff. And I'm not going to even sand that. I'm just going to sand there until I feel like I'm at my limit, and then hope I can run over there and sand that. Because that's what I feel like. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm just starting to hit paint now. Now I'm going to come back over and try to hit that center of it and go for it. Just a simple fix. Get a little tiny, I think I got it. And there's a little low spot there. Now, we've got the same distance going up there. Let's get the same distance going. Got it by eye, you can see what's going on there. Let's roll her over. It's fun because you visually have to make exactly what you see. All right? You can see just as well as I can. And you can see that it's got a little tiny low spot there. See that there? Like I can see it. Anyways, I'm going to try to lay it off a little bit, see if I can get it. It's taped. Still got. And the reason I want to get it is because I don't really want to go back into the putty. I'd rather just do it this one time and be done with it. That's what I'm hoping. We're going to go that good. Now we got this one. This line to go. I'm touching on both ends, so I'm going to leave it. Let's get in the center of it. Feels good there because there's no low spots in the center of that, so that feels good. That looks decent. Decent. Don't want to get it dug down too far. The reason being, things don't look good when they're low. It looks better when it's high. Let's get this end scrubbed over. Get the block in there. See if we can make this line straight. Ooh, let's go. I got a good feather. When you're going this way, you're feathering the fill off. When you're here, you're taking it off because you're hitting it and you're rolling it right off. Over here, you're feathering it off. I'm going to go this way. I want to feather that little piece off because it's down in there. I want to feather that off just so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see that. Let's go this one. going to go, actually I'll just keep going this way for a second. I feather that off. Let's go this way for a minute. Feather this one off. I guess the trick of this one is to keep that damage control in check. I guess, and keeping it in check is the tape. That's what's, you know, I guess Jolene would be the other one that keeps me in check. Keep it in check, you know. There's no sense going in, you know. Just trying to get it down, feather it off until that putty's gone off that tape, and then I know I'm down a ways. Oh, didn't want to do that. See that? Didn't want to do that. I'm going to have to sand the paint out around the damage of what's going on, but that's a no-no right there. Just extends the damage. You got a 3/4 inch tape, then you got that scratch. That's what I'm thinking. Didn't want that. Did it get on that side. There we got a straight piece. Got quite a bit on that end. Let's take it off. Stick with us and we'll get this tape ripped off and see what kind of repair we got. Stick with us. Thanks for coming back. Really appreciate it. Yep, you got an old car, you want to fix up, you want to fix it. Another thing about this car too. Ron did not tear it apart, which to me makes the car very valuable because it's not torn apart. All the pieces are there. Once someone has torn it all apart, there's so much work involved getting it back together. And to have something like this that's all together with all its pieces is where it's at. Not all tore apart causes much grief. And finding and try to see what you have and what you don't have and what you're missing and that sort of stuff. This car you can take away or add to it and it's all still there. That's one thing I enjoy with this car. Let's get this rounded off without hitting anything. That's the deal. Not hitting anything, that's the deal. All right. I'm saying there's a half decent repair for what we're going for. And basically all I'm doing, or all I did, was try to put material in the hole, I guess, the ocean floor. The metal is the ocean floor, and we're trying to make it a flood so everything comes to the same playing field. And that's what I needed to do to make this come to the same playing field as the paint. Come up here, you can see paint and filler. It has a little bit of everything going on there. So I just want to come up to that layer, so that ocean floor, that flood, and we'll try to get it done. We're going to pull this off. We're going to pull this off. And there's still going to be some sanding to do and feathering to do because I still have enough to play with. And you know what that's for, or I'm going to tell you what it's for. That little bit of playing area is going to be for a finer grade of sandpaper. So I'm going to sand it over. So I'm going to try not to go much further than it is now because I'm not making any big different repair. I'm not going to get into filling or priming it and blocking it, not getting into that, not doing that. I'm making a quick repair I'm going to prime it, I'm going to sand it, I'm going to paint it. All right, that's what we're going to do. So that little bit of putty that's on top of that tape will be my feathering off. You know what I'm trying to tell you. I can sand a little bit more off, get that off better. Just going to try to get off what I can get off right at the present moment without pulling any of the filler off. And to me, I'm hoping, with the way I've done it, that's given me material, you know, a little bit high, that I can play with and make it work. Don't want to pull in here, got a little tape right there. When I sand it, I'll get to it, and then I can pull it off. I should get into used car sales business, shouldn't I? Fixing cars and selling them. Or I could have got myself in trouble. Yeah. Now, I got some more tape right there. Just going to wonder what's... I'm going to sand it off. So there's my fix. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of 220, and I'm going to come in here and very gently smooth it off so it works. Get some more tape off. Let's get a piece of 220. Just put the cover back on this. It'll be a little bit of a process, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. Going to try this for a minute. Just going to go around the edges, try to feather it off, and I can feel that with my hand whether it's feathered off or not. Probably not even going to go in the center of things. The reason being is I'd rather have that high in there and then dig it out. Crisscross it, I guess. And oh no, when it's feathered, see that paint right there? See how it's shiny? Okay, when it's feathered, it'll look like the paint right there. Sand it. I'm just going to pay attention. Trying to feather it off where it was. It's going to take a little tiny bit, but we don't want that. We'll keep the paint contained the best we can. We're not painting all the door, we just want to paint what we got going on. Don't want to disturb much of anything, to be honest with you. That's what a lot of that primer's for, to make sure we got things feathered off nice. Like, so you can see, come back and take a look at it again. We're starting to get there. See how the faded edge is going away? We got it feathered quite nice right there, but there's little tiny things you can see there. Just keep going. Now I'm thinking like we're pretty well at the point of, you know, I'm just going to put some, like I said, spray balm probably, lacquer primer. I'm going to go to the other side here and just transfer. That one looks pretty good because it's feathered off. Just looking at that edge, just seeing if as soon as the paint comes shiny or dull, I know to move on. Here's the herb one. Get in them grooves. I'll just keep it like that and keep it rocking and rolling. Oh, that one feels good. See a little bit of a crack going on there. It's back in the paint. Just not gonna go for it. Just gonna take this and smooth this off. You know what I'm looking for? Looking for that to be gone. Joey said, yes, I know what you're looking for. I've done this. Just get it done. I'm just joking. You wouldn't think it, but a thickness of tape, how much material it gives you to deal with. You wouldn't think it, but it's nice. Piece got to go. I'm saying it's done with that side. I'm going to feather this here though. Let's flip it over the other side. Use all the sandpaper that we can. Trying to be smart about it. Still trying to see that. Got quite a ways. You can almost see the distance away, the shininess, the distance away of the metal where I'm sanding tells me something. There's got to go down quite a ways because there's quite a distance of shiny paint as I'm trying to feather it off. That makes sense. See how I'm trying to feather that off and see how far out it's sanded and the distance I have? It means this has to probably come back that far. Just have to sand that off to feather it, to get it to the same playing field. See where I'm hitting paint almost, probably have to come back to the paint to make that feel right. If not, it'll be pretty darn close. What I'm doing is I'm going to the outside edges of this and feathering it down because I feel like the center of it I want to leave alone. It's high a little bit. It's going like this a little bit. So now I just feather, like I said, feather the edges off. If I can get that feathered off. Sure I can. Sure I can. bad. There's a little thing going on right there. I gotta get it, Yeah. And we're back to where it should be. I'm gonna trade sides with you, Jolene, baby. I'm gonna grab a new piece of paper. Don't want this to take forever, but it is what it is. This is what the body man is probably like. The metal work, what you do the metal work, generally, the body man has to do just as much work as the metal man. And the reason being is, same amount of work has to be covered. Generally, but most of the cars have to be covered the whole thing. Quite a bit of material right there to feather out. You can tell by the distance of trying to dig it off right now. In some crevice. A crack right beside it. If you don't feather it off in there, you'll see it. Feather this off. Still haven't feathered that off yet. You can feel it. Keep rubbing my hand. That's what I rub out my hand. If I can feel any little edge or see anything, it's exactly what you're going to paint. It's what you see and feel. Crack there. How good to go with that. See it shiny just before that. Right there. So I can get that off. Crisscrossing your paper helps a lot. Not bad. We'll just get this done. It's feathered off here. What I want to do is I'd like to get it sanded off where you can see it. Alrighty. Oh, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that like that. I'm thinking, what time we at? Just wondering kind of how much time we are. All right, we're at a minute 5. Basically, what I'm thinking is, if you come back tomorrow, we'll do some more. I'll put some primer on it, whatever I think. We'll strip some more and we'll do a little bit more and you'll get to see what this comes together like. And I appreciate you all coming back, I really do. Let's all keep in mind, Jackie, let's keep her prayers going there. Jolene's doing a fantastic job with that. There's a lot going on. Life is precious. Life is precious. And every day, if you can wake up on the happy side, it's a plus. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow and I'll be here, or right there, or right there. Everything's going great. You come back tomorrow and we'll be here. I'm going to give you 53. Have a good day. And thank you very much for coming back. How many is that, baby? think I got her. Anyways, if I can do that, you can do that. Simple process. Simple process. Go for it. Come back tomorrow.